The conference room glowed with tension. Golden pens lay neatly on the polished oak table, waiting to sign away $500 million. The CEO of Veyron Global, Jonathan Steele, leaned back in his chair, confident. For months, negotiations had stretched across countries, cultures, and time zones. Today was the moment of triumph. Across from him sat three men in tailored suits, their accents smooth, their Arabic translators sharp. Their smiles were polite, but Jonathan had done business long enough to know that a smile often hides a blade. Still, the deal was groundbreaking. $500 million that would secure his company's future and his legacy. Cameras were already outside the glass doors. In 5 minutes, history would be inked. And then, it happened. The door cracked open. A timid figure slipped in. A girl, no more than 15, with dark hair pulled back into a braid. Her clothes were simple, her sneakers slightly worn. She wasn't supposed to be here. She was the maid's daughter, Lena. Her mother worked silently in the corners of Jonathan's offices, cleaning up late nights while executives debated numbers. Jonathan had seen her only once, smiling shyly while helping her mother carry cleaning supplies. Now, her wide eyes darted nervously between the powerful men at the table. She clutched a crumpled notebook against her chest. "Mr. Steele," she said softly, her voice trembling but steady enough to silence the room. "Please, don't sign." The words dropped like a stone in water. Jonathan blinked, bewildered. The translators froze, glancing at their bosses. The suited men shifted uncomfortably, irritation flickering across their faces. "What are you doing here?" Jonathan's voice was calm but firm. He gestured to security, but something in the girl's expression, fear mixed with desperate courage, made him hold up a hand. "Say what you came to say." Lena swallowed hard, then flipped open her notebook. Scribbled inside were lines of Arabic text. Jonathan frowned. "I heard them last night," she whispered, pointing toward the negotiators, "when they thought nobody understood. I cleaned the table while they talked. They hid words inside the contract. Words that change everything." The translators stiffened. The men exchanged quick glances. Jonathan leaned forward. "You speak Arabic?" She nodded quickly. "My father taught me before he died. I know enough. And this," she pointed again at her notes, "it says that after 2 years, your company's patents won't belong to you anymore. Everything will belong to them. Forever." Silence. Jonathan's pulse hammered in his ears. He turned to his legal advisor, who looked pale. "Is this true?" The lawyer scrambled through the contract, flipping pages. The Arabic clauses had been left untranslated in the summary, disguised as harmless regulatory language. But as he compared the lines Lena had written with the fine print, his hands trembled. She's right. It's a trap." The room erupted. The negotiators stood abruptly, protesting in Arabic, claiming misunderstanding. But the truth had already surfaced. Jonathan slammed the folder shut. "Meeting adjourned," he said coldly. The men stormed out, their polished shoes clicking against the marble floor. Reporters outside would later speculate why the deal collapsed so suddenly. But inside that room, Jonathan knew the truth. His company, his life's work, had just been saved by a 15-year-old girl with nothing but courage and honesty. The room slowly emptied until only Jonathan, Lena, and her mother remained. The maid stood frozen by the door, tears welling in her eyes, mortified her daughter had interfered. She began apologizing frantically, but Jonathan rose, walked over, and placed a hand on Lena's shoulder. "You didn't just save me," he said quietly. "You saved thousands of jobs, families, futures. You saw what none of us saw, because you chose to speak when it mattered most." Lena's eyes shimmered with tears. But she smiled, shy, proud, and relieved, and in that moment, Jonathan Steele, billionaire CEO, understood something deeper than contracts or money, that sometimes the greatest wisdom doesn't come from power, but from the quiet courage of those the world often overlooks.